From Hell. What is From Hell? From Hell is my brainchild. It is an alter ego, if you will. I came up with the idea of doing From Hell because I wanted to do something different. I previously had a band called Down Factor that was all political and social in style and lyrics. But I found that playing that and singing those kind of lyrics weren't very happy for me. And so it was taking me in a dark place. King Diamond is one of my gods, and so I came up with From Hell so that I could go somewhere else. So just like King Diamond Records, the From Hell CDs and records are going to be concept stories. And so From Hell is a dark concept band. I created an alter ego called Alistair Sin, and Alistair Sin is the storyteller. I came up with the name, just kind of in tribute to, obviously Aleister Crowley. And then one of my favorite movies of all time was A Christmas Carol. There's an old black and white version with and the guy who played Ebenezer Scrooge was named Alistair Sims. And so I thought, that might, I can pay homage to that guy right there, because he was really cool. I'll just change it to Alistair Sin to kind of fit what's going on here. So I came up with that name, just to have fun. This first album is called Eyes of My Dead. It's about a corpse that wakes up in hell and finds out he has to go back to Earth to find his soul that still lives on inside another body. The music is really dark and heavy. We play on 7-string guitars. It's a heavy metal record for sure, but I think it spans a lot of different types of metal. So what you hear in one song, you're not necessarily going to hear in another song. It's a concept story, and it's going to be really long. The record's going to be about 70 minutes long. So the songs are anywhere, they're average of 6.5 minutes. So there's a couple 9-minute songs, and there's a few shorter songs too, but as long as the record is, it's going to be that big too. So it's definitely a heavy metal opus. Well, because they're the best at what they do. And I just happened to be in a position to where they were available to play for me. The record is being produced by Snake, guitar player from Skin Lab. He's doing a phenomenal job. Over here at Skyline, we're working with Winter. He's engineering and capturing these awesome sounds from Paul's drums. I've worked with Steve Smythe in the past. Steve did a few guest lead guitar solos on both of the Down Factor records, Pure and Murder the World. Damien is a friend of mine through another friend, and we actually work on a little side punk project that we do just for shits and grins. Paul was available to play drums, so I asked Paul to do it, and so once Paul was on board, I then approached Damien and Steve, and they were both on board to help out with the recording. So got lucky that they were there and that they liked the music well enough to want to do it. So I guess for me, it's a real honor that these guys wanted to play on my record. So I'm pretty stoked about that. We're actually trying to capture a lot of the natural sounds. I mean, Paul's drum kit sounds amazing here at Skyline Studios. And we're going to try to retain as much of that natural sound. So, that being said, it means that there's going to be a huge dynamic in the sound itself. So, we're going for a really big and epic sound. There's some big open guitars. There's going to actually be there's a combination of different styles of music, different styles of metal, but there's a lot of influence from other genres of music too. I tried to tap into some like old school rock and roll for their kind of groove and swing beat feels. I've tapped into some movie soundtracks. So I love movie soundtracks, typically horror movie soundtracks. So there's a lot of influence from that in this too. So there's also going to be a little bit of piano and harpsichord on some of the songs. There's also going to be a choir. A choir is going to come in and sing over part of this record. I think the shows are a lot of fun. We like to have a good light show, and so that we can put the audience or the crowd into the atmosphere of the story we're telling. We also have the story's kind of about zombies. There's some zombies in it, and so we have zombie dancers who get on stage with us. We have really hot girls who dress up in corpse paint and lace and smear blood all over themselves and creep around the stage. It's a lot of fun. Try to get From Hell on tour, and so that people all over the country or even in Europe or wherever will get to see a live show, because I think it's a lot of fun. And of course they'll see Alistair Sim and up there telling the stories. We're going to look for distribution, and hopefully we can get the record out by the end of the year. If not, it'll be early 2014. So check it out, and hope you dig it.